These are my top 10 quarterbacks for the NFL season based on predicted production. Number 10 is C.J. Stroud. With Joe Mixon being out of the lineup for at least the first 4 games of the season and likely longer, it's going to be up to Stroud to carry the offense. Now, I have serious concerns about his protection, but I still think he's going to put up monster numbers, probably the best yardage numbers of his young career. Number 9 is Jordan Love. Even though I think the offense is going to run primarily through Josh Jacobs, I still think that Jordan Love is going to take the next step in his progression. I think we're going to see a significant boost in his production in regards to his passing numbers, making Green Bay a serious threat to the Philadelphia Eagles this season. Number 8 is Jared Goff. I'd have Goff higher on this list if it wasn't for the loss of Ben Johnson and the retirement of Frank Ragnow. Goff's still going to put up great numbers considering the talent that's still on that roster. They're not going to be to the level that they were last year. Number 7 is Jayden Daniels. I'm seeing people putting Daniels in their top 5, top 3 quarterbacks for this season. I think that's going overboard. I think that's going way overboard. I remember people going crazy after C.J. Stroud had his great rookie year and had him in their top 5, top 10 lists. And then Stroud took a step back in his second year as teams kind of figured him out. And I think it's what's going to happen to Daniels. I think teams are going to have a year's worth of game film on him. I think he'll struggle a little bit compared to those expectations, but still have a top 10 season. At number 6, I have Jalen Hurts. With defenses continuing to make Saquon the primary focus, I expect Hurts to build off of his Super Bowl performance and begin to solidify himself as one of the league elites. Number 5 is Baker Mayfield, who has really turned his career around in Tampa. It seems like it was just yesterday that he was known more for his insurance commercials than his real job. But he got evicted from Cleveland, turned in his keys to the stadium, and swapped them for the keys to one of the league's most high-powered passing attacks. I look for Baker to continue what he's been doing in Tampa, likely leading the Bucs to the division title, and I'd love to see him make a deeper push into the playoffs. At number 4 is Patrick Mahomes, and it's probably best to remind everyone that this isn't a ranking based on talent alone. As for production, I expect Mahomes to put up higher totals than last year, maybe even significantly higher. I don't think it's going to be the type of numbers he was putting up several years ago when he had Tyreek, but I think Mahomes is going to be on a mission to remind everyone that he's still a freak of nature on the football field. At number 3 is Joe Burrow. The man has never had a good offensive line, and lately, for extra salt in the wound, no defense to speak of either. But Burrow just keeps showing he's one of the few true franchise quarterbacks. As long as he can stay upright and in one solid piece, he's going to put up outstanding numbers again in 2025. In the 2 spot, and therefore my prediction to earn All-Pro honors, is last year's MVP Josh Allen. At this point in his career, it's safe to say that Allen will be at or near the top of everyone's rankings for the foreseeable future. The guy is an offensive juggernaut, and it's hard to imagine him not leading the Bills to their first Super Bowl title. Maybe it's this year, but he won't be bringing home another MVP trophy this time. But he gets to go home to Haley Steinfeld every night, so I think he's going to be okay. And at number 1 is Lamar Jackson. As good as Josh Allen was last season, I believe the MVP should have went to Lamar. And I think he's going to tear through the league again, putting up similar numbers, but this time claiming his 3rd MVP award. Then the question becomes, can he finally deliver in the playoffs? I'll be dropping my team predictions in the next day or 2, so you'll see my opinion about that soon. And that's my top 10 list of quarterbacks for this season. If you enjoyed this content, then consider giving us a follow. I'll be posting predictions, rankings, and commentary throughout the season.